everyone, I'm DarleneRaye, and welcome back to my podcast, Country Music with DarleneRaye. Episode 2 will be a very special edition of my podcast. This episode will be dedicated to one of my favorite country music singers of today, Kelsea Ballerini. The first time I heard about Kelsea Ballerini was in the summer of 2014 while listening to Nash FM 103.3. I heard her single, Love Me Like You Mean It, for the first time, and I had no idea who she was, but I knew I loved her sound. I knew she was going to be something different than anyone else. In March of 2015, Taylor Swift sent out a tweet that said, quote, "Driving around with Kelsea Ballerini's EP on repeat. So lovely. Hashtag yeah boy. Hashtag love me like you mean it." End quote. It was then that I knew I needed to search Kelsea on iTunes and check out this EP that Taylor Swift was listening to. The first song I learned from Kelsea's EP was her single at the time, Love Me Like You Mean It. There was another song on the EP that I immediately gravitated towards, and that was a song called Dibs. In May of 2015, I noticed that Kelsea was scheduled to play the Opry on June 30th, 2015. So I decided to take a trip to Nashville to see her at the Opry for the first time. That night, Kelsea was scheduled to do an in-store signing at the Opry shop after the show. I stayed after the show and met Kelsea. She recognized me from a post I put on Instagram a couple months before saying that Dibs was my new jam. At the end of our time during the meet and greet, I told her that I love Dibs. She said, "Awesome, that's my next single." That night, after meeting Kelsea and realizing what a real down-to-earth person she was, she immediately became one of my new favorite artists. After the new single Dibs was released, it quickly went to number 1. And then came time for a new single from Kelsea. The new single was called Peter Pan. I want you guys to know that I have been a country music fan for my entire life of 23 years. But in those 23 years of living, there has never been another country song that I love more than I love Peter Pan. It is my favorite single to be released in the history of country music, and what makes it even more special is Kelsea is the first debut female artist to ever have 3 consecutive number 1 singles in a row. What an accomplishment for such a young, talented artist. Fast forward to today, and Kelsea just released her new music video for the new single Legends off her upcoming sophomore album that is set to be released in the fall. Kelsea has said that the album will come out in 2 phases and that we will receive 2 new songs in August. In my opinion, Kelsea's new album will be one of the most highly anticipated records to be released this year. Kelsea's new music video for Legends was released on June 29th. I knew that there was going to be a lot of emotion that went into this video just by looking at people's posts on social media and their reactions to the video. When I watched the video for the first time, I was amazed at the production and the treatment that they chose for the video. When I pictured this video, I pictured Kelsea and her amazing tour experiences over the past couple years. The storyline, however, fits the video very well, and it paints a picture of what Kelsea's life will look like in the near future as she is engaged to Australian country music star Morgan Evans. In September, I will be joining Kelsea, Lady Antebellum, and country newcomer Brett Young on the road. I am attending Lady Antebellum's newest headlining tour, the You Look Good Tour, at the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee. I was lucky enough to purchase VIP passes to meet Kelsea again. I'm really looking forward to seeing this show and seeing what goes on behind the scenes when you're on tour. This will be a once-in-a-lifetime experience and definitely one that I will remember for the rest of my life. Kelsea, I want you to know how special you are as an artist and as a person in the country music industry. The reason for your success is not only because of the fans, but because of your God-given talent. There is something so special about you that is different from anyone else, and that will never change. Remember, no matter what happens, the fans you have now will be the fans you have 50 years from now. My love for you will never change, and it will only grow stronger as we go through life experiencing some of the same things together. I look forward to getting to know you through the years as I begin my broadcasting career, or maybe something else in the music industry. My hope is that I will be more than just a fan to you someday, that I will get to know you and be lifelong friends and a supporter for you not only in your professional life, but in your personal life as well. Thank you for all you've done with your music and for us so far. Your music is definitely a legacy that will last a lifetime. Well, that about does it for this episode of Country Music with DarleneRaye. Don't forget to stay up to date with all my latest happenings by visiting my website, www.darleneraymusic.net. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.